Golf Central Update. Brought to you by TaylorMade.
Well, we are very pleased to be joined now by Steve Rabideau, who's the director of golf courses at Winged Foot Golf Club. And Steve, preparations for this 120th U.S. Open, to say the least, that they have been altered. But I want to ask you, overall, the health of your staff, and also just being right there in the shadows of the epicenter of this whole thing, being so close to New Rochelle, how has everybody handled the last 60 days?
Well, I tell you, it definitely got real really fast, being so close to the epicenter and being in the heart of New York. The crew's good. Crew's healthy so far. Everybody is morale's picked up. It was touch and go there for a while, but it's getting a little bit better each day. We're just trying to, number one focus is keeping people healthy and safe, which is a whole new mindset, but it's setting in with everybody.
Give everybody a sense of the challenges that you have to prepare for what you thought and what has always traditionally been that June U.S. Open date ending on Father's Day, to now having in September. So it's not the beginning of the summer, it's the end. Specifically, what changes for you?
Well, we've been preparing for a June U.S. Open probably for the last couple of years with our agronomic plan. We fertilize in the fall, the rough. The rough is really essential for a U.S. Open. To get it thick and juicy, and now it being in September, the members are going to have fun when they're out here playing in June. But a fall U.S. Open brings into play a whole bunch of issues, mainly with the rough, trying to keep the rough healthy all summer long and thick, so it can be what we want for a U.S. Open. Now we got to get through the whole summer. We have to get through the whole summer in managing ball marks, divot recovery, and all the play. Hosting a championship at the end of the season, as opposed to at the beginning of a season, is a lot more taxing and difficult.
Steve, when you consider that part of the country, it's a glorious thing to be in the Northeast in the summertime. It's bright very early, and it stays late very late. Now, when you move the date, you're losing valuable daylight. As it applies to you and your staff and the preparation for that golf course, how much does that change for you?
Well, it changes a lot because we lose about almost 2 hours of daylight. So the tee times, the starting times for the championship will be roughly about the same time as they would have been in June. But now we have to, all of our maintenance in the morning is going to have to be done underneath the lights. Everybody will have to have headlamps. We'll have to be moving light towers around, and nobody likes mowing in the dark, but it's what we're going to have to do to prepare the championship, and get the same desired agronomic results that we want, because that part didn't change. We're still looking for the same conditions that we want. That we wanted in June, in September. And it's just going to be that much harder preparing in the dark.
Steve, I want to go back to something you said at the beginning, talking about having that agronomic plan. People who get to the level you're at one of the finest, if not the finest, 36-hole facilities in America, you have a plan. How much is your plan, it appears, at least in your mind and maybe in your heart, changing on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis because of all the things that are changing around all of us?
Yeah, we've had a plan. That plan is now out the window. And now we're trying to plan for the fall. And it's hard. But one thing with golf course superintendents, that in general, no matter what club we're at or what level we're at, we live by calling an audible, and we end up usually juggling and switching things up on the fly based on whatever Mother Nature gives us or whatever happens. So we're used to adapting. It's just one of the traits that we have. So, it is what it is, and we're going to have to, we'll figure it out, and we'll plan accordingly, and hopefully be ready. I've got a great staff, so we'll figure it out.
Well, I'm going to end with this. We reached out to somebody who you have a real special relationship with, Gil Hanse, who's done work on both the West and the East courses at Wingfoot. And this photo is from the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Eagles, Patriots. You've got on a Brady jersey. He's wearing his Eagle jersey. That was not a good night for you.
No, that was definitely not a good night for me. Not at all. It was good for Gil, but I'm glad Gil can. I'm glad he's liking this. Yeah, can't wait to thank him for this one.
Well, listen, Steve, if you want to see
staff
Brady, you can come down to Florida.
I'll have to come down there. And what makes that picture even better is that two of our U.S. Open superintendent and our West Course superintendent are also in that photo wearing Patriot jerseys. So that was a tough night for us. That was a tough night.
Well, listen, we hope you have a great summer, and we wish you and your staff the best of luck getting ready for the 120th U.S. Open. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.